Oh, howdy, how's it going? My name's Winona and welcome to another episode of Utter Chaos. It's hot and I'm not dealing. It is supposed to be summer, but can you don't? When it's too hot, I just can't be bothered. I don't want to do anything. You know what I want to be doing? I just want to sit there with the fan full pelt in my face because I don't have aircon and I don't have a pool. I know, to be poor, right? You know what? Just run a cold bath and sit in it. Please be nice. I remembered to shake it this time. Progress. Alright. Oh, I'm not used to that. Here we go. Let's dip in, shall we? What are you? Who are you? Complete page and create this book. We're cycling back to create this book. Let us pick a page. Any page. Oh, she's getting bulky.
I'm buff!
Looks like I'll be setting up a top camera, so just bear with. What about this one? This is page 67 and 66. Why did I read it like that? Oh my god. 66 and 67. Create obscure shapes. Fill this page with unusual shapes. Do not add anything recognizable to this page. Make it purely abstract.
Ooh, yeah! Can do!
This is fairly brainless. Let's just have a little bit of a doodle sesh, shall we? I should get colours. Right? Yeah. We gotta make it pretty. I have returned, and I have colours. Is that thunder? Are we gonna have a storm? Is that... It looks angry out there. Wow. Hold on. Have a look. It is gonna pour any second, and I cannot stress how much I cannot wait for that. Cool the place down, please. Let's just not think. Let's just grab a random colour. I like that colour. That's a good, yeah. Good colour picking, me. Let's create some obscure shapes, shall we? Can't be difficult.
Well, how hard can it be?
Alright, this is my colour palette. Let's start with you. It'll be like Mr. Squiggle. Never seen a shape like that before, have ya? I'd say it's pretty obscure. Alright, let's do another one. Kind of looks like a squirrel or like a cat or, you know, looks like that's a tail. And no, they're obscure. They don't look like anything. That's the whole point of this exercise. Ignore that, okay? Make it purely
Abstract.
Alright, let's scribble some more, shall we? The thing I like about like just pointless kind of exercises like this is that you can't be wrong. And also, it trains you not to think. And that's something that I do way too much. I can't stop. I don't think I've ever not had a thought in my life. I'll admit that looks too much like a star to be an obscure shape, but that's fine. It looks like a little gnome. No, it doesn't. Make it purely
Abstract.
I want to make these into characters. No, these aren't characters, they're obscure shapes. Stop it. Purely
Abstract.
Editing me popping in to say I had no idea I made those sounds. Just as a mystery to me as it is to you. I was in the zone, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you can't get more obscure than that. It's mesmerizing, I like it. That looks like a really cool looking logo. But for what? Anywho. That just looks like a cute little octopus.
Abstract.
No, it doesn't. Don't think, Nona. That's a W. It's like a weird looking hand.
Take my hand! Ah! Come on!
It's a tad deformed. Next colour. Am I colouring these? I could, I suppose. I mean, I don't know what to say. They're scribbles. They are obscure shapes and simply nothing else. I'm just doing what the page is telling me to do. It doesn't say it has to look good, because boy, it doesn't. I've seen that shape before. Have I? Could be the cousin of this one. I need to mix it up a bit. That reminds me of a mountain. See, this is good. It gets your creativity flowing. Does it look like art? No. Far from it. But if you can start to recognize shapes, then you can create things out of those shapes. Like, I want to turn that into a character. I want to turn that into a landscape. That's really cute. That is also a character. It is an exercise and I did not even know. I hope you didn't come here for actual artwork because you're not getting it. No, look. This could look cool. Maybe. Probably not. We'll just keep filling the page and see where it goes. You know how some people can just doodle and it just looks really cool? I don't think that I have that skill. Is it because I'm still thinking? I need to not. Don't do the think.
Maybe there's a happy tree.
See, my thought process behind doing brainless activities like this, right, is that I'm not gonna have to think too much, which means that I can just have like a little draw and a chit chat. I can just talk about stuff. The Then when it comes to the editing, I realise that I have not talked at all. And that is a real issue. But then too is the issue of what the hell do you talk about? You know how some people can just talk about random shit for days? I could in the right circumstances, but apparently not when I set out to do it. I don't feel like it's going to be like last week's video where I had so much to say. See, when you give me a topic and it's a topic that I enjoy, like Pokemon, and I can talk for days. I am one for pondering though. I do ponder quite a bit. So, I pose this question, which I have thought about very intently. What would you rather? Hands for feet or feet for hands? I will give you my answer. Just take a second to think about it on your own. The pros and cons for each. You got it? Cool. I would rather hands for feet because can you just imagine how much grippage you would have to be able to climb trees like an absolute boss? But also, another bonus, more hands for more handfuls, which means more chippies. I mean, obviously, if you don't have to walk anywhere, because otherwise that wouldn't be practical. It's another good pondering question. Oh, I know. Okay, so if you could have any power, what would it be? So many people are going to be like, oh my god, I want to read people's minds. I don't want to read people's minds. I already think of this crap on my own. I don't need other people's input, thank you. You know whose minds I do want to read? Animals. Because I feel like they would be judging us severely. All the cats in the world especially, they're going to be like,
I'm surrounded by idiots.
I always wanted to be like Eliza Thornberry. That was such a good show, The Wild Thornberrys and the Rugrats. I'd love to either teleport or have telekinesis, or both. I'll just have all the tellies. I will be a Teletubby. But better, they were so creepy. We weren't actually allowed to watch those. How did that ever make it on TV? Like, can you just imagine trying to pitch that show? Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for seeing me. What do you got? I've got an idea for a kids show. I've thought of a name and everything. It's called the Teletubbies. Great. What's it about? Well, basically, there's these 4 giant characters and they all have TVs on their bellies. Hence, the Teletubbies. Yeah. I got it. Anyway, they don't speak a word of English, but like, they go on adventures and stuff, and I guess there's lessons in there somewhere. Right. Names? What are their names? Okay, so there's Lala, Dipsy, Poe, and Tinky Winky. Sorry, what? Oh. Lala, no, I got that. What was the last one? Oh, Tinky Winky. And this is a kids show. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's a baby's face in the sun. The sun is a baby's face. Interesting. Okay, see that? That is what kids shows are missing these days. That is genius. How did you come up with that? I did some very hard drugs. Alright, okay. Thanks for coming in. We'll be in touch. Like, it's just such a weird concept. Also, you know another thing? I've never met a person whose favourite colour is brown. Is that a thing? Is anyone's favourite colour brown? And if so, why? Is it because it reminds you of chocolate? Because that would be a valid point. Like the chocolate waterfall in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That would be delicious. Like, if I was Augustus Gloop, I wouldn't even be mad that I fell in. I'd just be mad that I got sucked up the pipe. That would suck. I don't think I'm claustrophobic, but I reckon I would get claustrophobic in there. That would suck. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Unintentional puns, I tell ya, they're the best. Oh my god, I just got like a throwback. Just thought while colouring this particular shape. I don't know what sparked it. There used to be this show on ABC Kids. It was called King. And I remember trying to look for it a few years ago. And do you think there's anything about it? No, I couldn't find it for the life of me. And I'm like, I swear this was a show. And it was this kid. And he had like this world under his bed. And he was the king of that whole world. And he had a dog. And the dog was a Scottish terrier. And so obviously he was Scottish. And one thing about me, I love a Scottish accent, honestly. It's the best. One of my teachers for my animation diploma, she was Scottish and she was the best. She was lovely. I love her, honestly. Not that I had any favourites, but I had favourites. And it was Carol. Anyway, back to the TV show, right? So this dog was Scottish, I loved him, and I wanted to own one. It wasn't about the dog, but for me it was. So this kid was like the king of this bed world, which I can't remember what the world was called. I don't know, it was just a really good show. I can't remember much of it, except for the dog. It's really ingrained into my mind. Anyway, I don't know what the point I was trying to make was, but it was a decent show, and I want to find it. Another fun fact, I know all of the words to Shrek. Like, not just as it's playing, which I do, obviously, but I mean off by heart. Like, I can play it in my head. No, this is the point. I want to know if someone else remembers that show. I'm pretty sure it was a show and wasn't just made up in my mind, but if it was, God, that's... Good job, brain.
I know this sounds weird, but I found a secret passage under my bed. And there was another world down there called Under. And I am king of the whole crazy place.
I do tend to come up with some pretty good concepts, though. Oh, okay. Another tangent. So a lot of my concepts come to me while I'm asleep. Or when I'm trying to get to sleep and I'm trying to just distract myself and I'm like, come up with another movie in your head, right? And I call them my dream movie. Could come up with a better name, but that's what we're sticking with. They're involved with my dreams somehow. Either they spur from them or I make them up in order to fall into a dream and continue it. But anyway, that's where the majority of my storylines come from. I want to write them out, either as actual stories or as scripts. You know what? One I reckon would be really cool as like a graphic novel. Does anyone else do that? Come up with like stories before bed? Because I can't just, and then I'm off. Like I think about things. Mate, it's making a lot of noise out there, but it still hasn't rained. Also, when did it get dark? What time is it? Where am I? It's 8 o'clock at night. What am I doing? I need to have dinner. Time flies when you're talking shit. Now that that's done, let's add some more. I'll try and link them. I'll branch them off each other, you know? See, if I join them, then they're gonna start to look a bit cohesive. It's all coming together, see? You just have to wait. That kind of looks like an elephant, but like crossed with a film projector. I like it. I like to think this one's inspired by the approaching storm. Oh, finally!
Marge! The rains are here!
Thank God, it can finally get cool now. If it looks like I've made a bit of progress, I have. I decided to just turn everything off, put on some music, and then just get in the zone. And I think it's coming together. I just needed a base. I just needed some little doodles sprawled out all over the place that then I could just build off. Much like my conversations, actually. If I don't have a base, I got nothing. That's why I need talkative people around me, because they keep the conversations going. If it's too shy people, it's not gonna work. Same as this. I need somewhere to start. At first I looked a bit dodgy, I will admit it. Even I was like, honey, where are you going with this? Fear not. All art has an ugly stage, and at the end of the day, I in no way intended for this to be a work of art. I do kind of like it though. I was thinking about filling in the gaps with like black or like a grey, but I think I'm gonna leave it. I enjoyed it actually. Once I started to just get in the groove and just not think, great. It was the initial, where am I gonna put this? What colour should be there? That looks too much like a something. And I was overthinking it. So that's why I switched everything off and I just put on some music and I just concentrated. And all was well after that. I just kind of did my thing. And now here we are. I've got something that I don't think is horrible. How's that for confidence? I'm all over it, baby. Anyway, yeah, I'm not mad at it. So cool. It was just like an easy kind of just don't think about it, let your mind wander, let your hands flow kind of activity. And is it the best artwork you've ever seen in your life? No, but I had fun. Once again, thank you for joining me and listening to me ramble on with a bunch of crap. Let me know, hands for feet or feet for hands. And with that, I do believe I shall see you later, Tater.